and welcome to Lakewood Next Daily Devotions. I'm glad that we get to come back together. We just finished going through the Beatitudes as we go through the Sermon on the Mount verse by verse. And one of the things about the Beatitudes, though, is that it really does set the foundation for the rest of the sermon. Jesus begins by talking about our spiritual attitudes that we have when we face the different conditions of our life. And then he goes further then to talk about the virtues of Christian character that we use as we live out the kingdom life. And he calls these things blessed. These are the foundation that we're now going to step from as we talk about the values and the purpose of the Christian life. Essentially, why we hold these values and these characters as we pursue the life that Jesus has called. And he gives us a great answer for that. Starting in verse 13 of chapter 5 in the book of Matthew, he says, "You are the salt of the earth." Now, salt had a lot of applications in the ancient world, but judging by the context in which Jesus uses this, we can come to the understanding that he is specifically talking about the flavor that we add to the world. Essentially, salt enhances the flavor of a meal. I don't know if you've ever had a meal that was forgetting the salt, but it's significantly different than it should be. I remember one specific Thanksgiving where something was brought out and it was made perfectly, except they forgot the one ingredient, the salt. And everybody took a bite, and we all realized very quickly something's missing. Jesus tells us that we are the salt, the flavor of the kingdom in the created world. See, God created the world. Romans 8:22 tells us that the creation is groaning for his kingdom to come and his will to be done in this world. And we are connected to that purpose. Jesus says, you are the salt of the earth. You are the flavor of the world. You're the season of the kingdom of God in this world. But he doesn't just stop there. He also includes with this a warning. Going on, he says, but if salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltiness be restored? It's no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled under people's feet. Salt loses its taste when it becomes diluted beyond its useful function. James chapter 1, verse 27 tells us that true religion is this, to visit orphans and widows in their affliction, and to keep oneself unstained, undefiled, undiluted by the world. You know, I know that Satan has no chance to get my soul. Through the grace of Jesus, I know that I will stand on the day of judgment and be seen righteous because of what Jesus has done. I'm identified by the sacrifice of Jesus. And so I will not face condemnation because of that. And so Satan has no chance to get my soul. But if he can't get my soul, then he will try to distract me. He will try to dilute me with all of the things of this world so that when it comes to the kingdom purpose, I will be ineffectual. If he can't distract you, he will try to make you ineffectual for the kingdom. But Jesus says that you are the salt of the earth. So let that identity, as the flavor of the kingdom of God in this world, let that identity guide you in whatever your day brings next. I hope you're blessed. I hope that you step from this and you discover what God has next for you. Go be the salt of the earth.